Hello everyone, it's Shady.
Hey guys, Giacomo here.
G'day, it's Luke.
We're from Milan Club Melbourne, looking forward to the Milan-Spezia game. Lads, we'll get to the game obviously, we'll get to our third game of the season, but I mean, what a marathon penalty shootout, huh?
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I haven't seen something like that for a long time, if ever.
Yeah, I've never seen anything go on for that long. Unbelievable. And we were what, like, it was like centimeters away. I mean, when it hit both posts, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're meant to be in.
We left it late during left it late during extra time to score the goal, and left it late in the penalties to win it.
Yeah, just as, I mean, I think we left it so late that the airport in Porto like closed, so we couldn't fly back on the same night. Something like how late it was.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was
Giacomo, we were talking before, just now, and you were saying you weren't too happy with the performance on the night, were you?
No, it was pretty sloppy. I mean, they're a team that we should beat comfortably, and we had to equalise with 10 seconds left, and then we got gifted by them hitting post, and then their goalkeeper copying out Donnarumma. So we got away with one, which is you can take as a positive, I guess, but the performance was very sloppy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And
It
Luke,
was funny how it went.
yeah,
Sorry.
No,
it
go
went
for it,
from it went from everyone getting everything in the penalties to everyone forgetting how to take a penalty.
exactly. And it was that carbon copy. I mean, yeah, like you were saying, Donnarumma hits it this way. Then keeps like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a movement in our club's chat that we have as a club that for Simone Kia to be our penalty takeover, Ibrahim.
Crazy. Luke, how do you see this? I mean, we've already talked about this before, and everybody has really. But I mean, how do you see this playing out in terms of like, you know, if we're aiming for top 4 spot in Serie A, and we're playing like these games on the Thursdays. How do you see it? Do you see it having like a big effect, or do you think that we're going to be able to a degree or to an extent, play some like squad players in some of these Europa League games? How do you see it playing out?
I think at the moment it's with the lack of Ibra, it's really becoming clear. Like playing Colombo and Maldini and these types, and Rebic being out now, it's that hole is really causing problems. But hopefully, if players start to come back, I mean, you'd hope that we can manage it. Because really, it's just Europa. If we want to become a good club, Champions League kind of being the next step, you got to manage it. So, yeah, for our development, I think it's a good thing. It might not help us with the league table, but for development-wise, it should help.
So you'd prioritize Serie A basically, and this would be like, you know, the breeding ground for like, you know, giving some other squad players, fringe players a chance and so on?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I
And
think so, yeah.
with that in mind, Giacomo, do you see, I mean, we were talking about our group, what is it, Celtic, Lille, and Sparta Prague, I think? How do you see the group going?
Yeah, one of the Pragues.
Yeah.
I think we should. It should be comfortable for us, but I think, you know, we're going to have to put in some good performances to make it that way. We're not just going to walk up and win. We showed that against Rio Ave that a team like that can even, you know, they can challenge us to that point. When you're versing, like Lille is a pretty quality team. Celtic, they always ruffle some feathers in the Champions League whenever they're in there. So we're going to have to put some performances together. But like Luke said, I think it'll be a good chance for some players to get some time and develop.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it's becoming part of the squad's kind of nature of just winning, but maybe not winning amazingly and making it look terrific, but just getting the win, getting the 3 points.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done that, isn't it?
Yeah. We haven't done that in a while, and I think that's the hallmark of like a solid team of a champion is being able to win, even if you're not at your best. Yeah. So I mean, how do you boys see the Spezia game? I mean, on paper, obviously, should be, you know, a walk in the park. But I mean, how do you see it in light of all this and having only just returned to Milano and with the absences? What do you see, Jack?
The thing that is of a little concern to me over our first 2 matches in the league is that for the past 30 minutes of the game, we just sit back and sort of get bullied on the ball.
Mm.
We've dominated Bologna and Crotone early, and then we just sort of sit back like we get comfortable, and it sort of becomes a little bit, are they going to score here? What's going to happen? And Spezia proved against Udinese that they can score. 2-0 away from home is not a bad scalp. But yeah, we should win if we show up. But there's a few injuries, a few outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the Spezia Sassuolo game, and you could see, I think it's almost becoming a bit of a trend with clubs after Bayern winning the Champions League of playing that high press kind of football. So Spezia tried to do that, and when they could do that, they were, leveling it with Sassuolo. But as soon as their legs ran out, Sassuolo it was like in 10, 15 minutes, just ran on top of them. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Maybe Kessie and I don't know who, Tonali or Benacer, can kind of help us get away from that. But I think that we should run on top of them late in the game. But that's if we do the same thing of the last 30 minutes, we slow down, there could be actually problems here.
Definitely if we're playing against
what do you guys think? What do you guys think the partnership should be? Because I'm of the opinion that I think Tonali should be starting. I think he showed. I think against the Crotone game with Kessie, I don't know who should be partnered with him, but I think I felt more comfortable with them in the midfield than I have for a while. Nothing against Benacer or anything, but I think he needs to start.
Yeah.
I think
it's coming.
I would start Tonali and Kessie and then just see how the game goes, but it's a long season ahead. What were you saying, sir?
Yeah, it looks like Pioli's being very careful with Tonali. He's just giving him, just slowly easing him into the team. But you want him to start, don't you? Get him in.
You do. He shows so much. And when he come on against Rio Ave, he just he architected the game. And he's got that. The thing that I feel both Kessie and Benacer lack is that attack-minded defensive play. They're very good at winning the ball and anchoring that spot, but when it comes to going forward, it's always at the hands of Hakan or anyone up a bit further up the pitch. So there was a few times against Crotone, he's doing no look away through balls that were that close, and I think we missed that from a deep line.
Yeah,
he's got that ability. You could see it with Brescia. He had that ability to dictate the pace of the game. If he's having a good game and if he knows where to find his colleagues, he can dictate the game like you were saying. And a good quality.
Yeah. And with confidence, he'll only get better.
Maybe that's why Pioli's just giving him time. He needs to learn the patterns of all the other players and everything. But I reckon him, as you've just said, we haven't really had a player like him that can make those passes for ages. And even Brahim Diaz, I'm loving. I feel he takes the game on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fight to him.
His only weakness is his strength on the ball, but even still, his footwork and his playmaking ability is outstanding. I thought when he come on against Rio Ave, he was phenomenal.
Yeah. That's a good point. So looking at the game predictions for the Spezia game.
I'm going to say 2-0.
2-0, all right.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a theme at the moment, the 2-0.
He's sticking.
I'm loving
I got there.
I'm loving the clean sheet. Loving them. But I think we're going to have to concede at some point, and maybe tired legs. And like Luke said, they like to play a bit of a high press early, so they might sneak one over Kia, whose pace is in his strongest point. So I reckon we could win 2 or 3-1. Hopefully we can put some goals on the board. I think Maldini might start. So
yeah.
I was about to ask, who do you guys preference, Maldini or Colombo up forward?
I would probably start with Colombo. I think he's more of a battering ram. I would bring Maldini on.
Yeah.
I think Colombo has a bit more confidence in a sense, and he's shy away to an extent. Maldini tries too. He's got a bit of endeavour, but I would bring Maldini on once we're winning and a bit more comfortable.
Mm.
I'd go for 3-1. I think I'm going to stick with 3-1. I went with that last time. But I'm gonna. I can see us conceding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important. I don't mind the way Maldini plays up front. He sort of has a defensive mindset where he's really the real hustler up there. But I think it's important after Colombo had a poor game a couple of days ago and then missed the first penalty. I think it's important to stay with him and show confidence because he's only young. He's only a young guy, and that could really play with his head going forward. So I think we need to stick with him.
The thing with Colombo is I don't think they need to learn that. I don't think his pace is really anything too special. So he's not running onto the ball. I think you just need to get it to his feet in the box, and then he does his stuff.
Exactly.
He's very strong. He's got brute strength for an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Exactly. You need to use some good service. All right, lads. Well, we're running out of time. But before we do go, I'm just going to ask you: are you happy with is it Diogo Dalot? We were talking about the pronunciation. United fullback. You can play it right back, left back, and with legs out, potentially leaving. Are you happy about him coming in on a loan?
Yeah, I like him as depth. I think the king of transfers, Fabrizio Romano. I think he said that it's going to be no buy option. It'll just be a straight up loan, which I don't mind. But I do like the look of Kalulu. So I wouldn't mind seeing him get some game time preference. But I mean, if something was to happen to Hernandez or something, we need to have some depth there. So I do like it,
yeah.
Luke?
Yeah, I think I'm not as concerned about our backline as what I previously was with Calabria coming on. And even the two centre-backs at the moment they're kind of proving themselves somewhat. And Romagnoli wants his back. But yeah, you'd still take him as depth.
Yeah, agreed. All right, lads. Well, hopefully he's hoping for the best with the Spezia game. And then we've got an international break. So we'll catch up next week just to talk about everything that's going on with the Rossoneri. Thank you as always. And Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.